Greetings and welcome back to the channel. If for the first time you come across my channel, please remember to subscribe. So today I want to come to you and talk to you about today's Jamaica independence. According to them, today is Jamaica 63rd independence. So the 63 years of being an independent country. But I want to beg to differ. So I want to come to you today and talk to you about independence and what is the definition of independence. I will play a little clip here and there to give just a few insight on what we're really talking about. What is independent, and when you really check it, are we really independent? You see, the definition of independence is freedom, I believe. It's freedom from outside influence, etc. I want to tell you that according to my
freedom from control or influence of another or others,
the independence of a country or a nation, I do not see Jamaica as an independent country. But that said, I know that we've made exceptional progress in terms of world recognition and etc. But in terms of a full independence, I believe that we are yet to reach that position. The reason I've said that, I've seen one example I will use here is Barbados and their recent independence from full independence. I mean full independence from England. You see, an independent nation or country or region should be a republic, and until Jamaica is named the Republic of Jamaica, until that time we are not fully independent. We are still being influenced by outside people. I will name a few: UK, USA, Canada, and others. We are still dependent on outside influence, meaning we do not have a policy of creating our own original curriculum. Apart from Rastafari in Jamaica, is all the rest of the islands people, I believe, I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, is either Christian or some other Western religious group. I believe that if you want to be an independent nation, then we should first apply to the UK monarchy to get the king to relinquish the power of the governor general. I want to also play a clip of our prime minister. So let's play the clip of the prime minister and let's come back and have a talk. I won't be interjecting here. I want the Prime Minister first to speak, and then I will make a comment at the end.
My fellow Jamaicans, today we mark 63 years since our beloved country declared our independence to the world, raised our glorious black, green and gold flag for the first time, and declared that this land, our land, would be home to a nation of free people, charting our own destiny with pride and purpose. Our forebears rejected the notion that the affairs of Jamaicans must be dictated by others. They chose instead the harder path, to stand on our own, to chart our own future, and to build a society grounded in our own image and aspirations. In that spirit, the theme of this year's Independence celebration, Be Proud, Be Bold, in the black, green, and gold, calls us to boldly commemorate our freedom and proudly recommit ourselves to the values that must shape our future. Let us be proud of our progress in macroeconomic stability, record employment, resilient growth, reduction in crime, reduction in poverty, and increased national confidence. But let us also be bold in confronting what still holds us back: indiscipline, social inequities, and low productivity. There is more work to be done to build a Jamaica that lives up to the promise of 1962. At 63 years young, Jamaica is still writing its story. We have come far, but our best chapters lie ahead. Independence is not a gift. It's a responsibility, a daily discipline. The strength of a nation lies not only in the capabilities of its government, but also in its people to work, build, and yes, to sacrifice for the future of their families and communities. The role of government in all of this is to create the conditions where the sacrifice of the people is not in vain. Their efforts are rewarded, and there is hope for a bright and prosperous future. That is why we continue to pursue policies that expand opportunities, promote ownership, and reward productivity. We are building a Jamaica where law-abiding citizens have the freedom to work and play without fear, and the freedom to elevate through education, enterprise, and effort. It is with that responsibility in mind that we have intensified our efforts to restore order to communities long held hostage by criminal gangs. Make no mistake, there can be no prosperity without peace, and no peace without law and order. We must never allow our independence to be undermined by lawlessness. The rule of law must be respected, upheld, and defended without apology. We're also renewing our institutions. The work we are doing to improve the public bureaucracy, for example, is geared towards making the state more efficient, accountable, and citizen-centered. Now, I know every Jamaican values their independence, and that is why we are committed to creating and maintaining the conditions that will protect and expand your independence. It is why we have been committed to eliminating absolute poverty in Jamaica. It is why we have been committed to cutting murders to below the regional average. It is why we are building more homes so that more Jamaicans, even those who might have never even thought that they would be able to afford it, can realize home ownership. It is why we are expanding our transportation system through the JUTC, reaching more parts of Jamaica and creating a dedicated rural school bus system for our children. It is why we are investing in our local road infrastructure through the Spark program and in highways to carry us into the modern future we all want. It is why we are expanding our water infrastructure for your homes and your fields. It is why we are spending more on training our young people and sending them to heart and offering the Solidarity Grant. That is why we gave the reverse tax credit, kept taxes stable, reduced the national debt burden, and controlled inflation so that you can better realize your economic independence. We know progress is not always a measure of how rich you are. Mental and physical well-being is also important. And that is why we are making the largest investments in public health care, for example, in the Cornwall Regional Hospital, the Western Children and Adolescent Hospital, the Spanish Town Hospital, and several other health centers across Jamaica to improve infrastructure, access, service times, and quality care. We know as well that progress is not automatic. It requires the deliberate participation of everyone. The heartbeat and soul of Jamaica is not only in the Parliament or in Jamaica House. It is in every home, every church, business, schools, corners, and communities across the island. We must not become a nation of spectators, wandering through our windows and complaining from our verandas about the challenges of living in our country, while shying away from being active and instrumental contributors to our collective future. Independence means we have the agency, but more so, the duty to choose our path to the future we want and not to leave it up to others to choose for us. This Independence Day, I challenge every Jamaican to choose the Jamaica you want, the future you would like to see. Be active in your contribution to building it and be strong in taking responsibility for your corner of it. Be bold enough to reject criminality in your communities. Be bold enough to start a business, learn a trade, and invest in your future. Be bold enough to reach out and grasp the opportunities before you. And to our young people, be disciplined and diligent in your education and training. Your economy needs your skills and talents now than ever before. To our diaspora, you remain a vital part of our national family. Your advocacy across the globe is invaluable, and your achievements help strengthen our brand in the world. Continue to represent us well, and know that you will always have a place right here, home. As we reflect on 63 years of independence, let us remember, independence is a living responsibility. It must be defended, renewed, and deepened with every generation. Let us recommit ourselves to a culture of excellence, responsibility, and national pride that define the generation that gave us independence. So let us walk forward together with our heads held high, proud of who we are, bold in what we will become, and united in the sacred duty to build a Jamaica that is safe, strong, and sovereign for generations to come. Happy Independence Day, Jamaica. May Almighty God continue to bless and guide us now and forever.
It sounds like sound more political, but I for everything he's done, so far, I think he's done really well as a Prime Minister and as a person. But I think there is always more that can be done in terms of security and other parts. But I want him to now focus on getting a full independent. Now we've listened to the Prime Minister speak. I am not interested in politics. Therefore, I do not, well, not say not interested in politics. I am interested in politics, but I do not pick a particular party. So therefore, I'm not on JLP or PMP side. I am on the side of truth, and I'm on the side of rights. I'm on the side of justice. I'm on the side of shining light into the darkness, so that you and I can both see that yes, I agree with many of the things he said, but yes, but we also have to take note that this so-called independence is a act, is a facade. It's not real. We should know, since we've come this far, we should know, start the process like Barbados did, where we get full independence, where the independence means something, where you can make your own decision on policies and not waiting for UK Parliament to confirm with the Governor General before the Prime Minister can act. Just saying this. This is something that anyone with common sense could see that it makes sense. If you're a Prime Minister, if you're the Prime Minister of Jamaica, such a improved Caribbean nation, such an advanced Caribbean nation, then I believe it's time for you as a Prime Minister or any government to free your people from these type of mental bondages. We need full independence, and I think after 63 years we should be able to acquire that. Well, thank you for listening to me for this long. Let me know your thoughts below. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and have a wonderful day. The thing, people are not subscribed. Please subscribe, and the subscription